Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome each and every one of you to the open day in Diploma in Strategic Brand Management. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome all our distinguished guests and also all our participants who are here today, who are aspiring to become the diploma holders in strategic brand management. So would like to welcome each and every one of you to the open day. Now, SLIM, ladies and gentlemen, or the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, is the apex body for Sri Lankan marketers, which was founded in 1970 and subsequently incorporated by an act of parliament in 1980, recognizing it as the national body for marketing and a not-for-profit organization as well. So we're mandated to uplift the marketing profession in Sri Lanka, providing marketing studies and conducting many national level events and projects as well. Now, this program, the Diploma in Strategic Brand Management, or the DSBM program as we call it, is suitable for marketing and brands career-minded candidates who are seeking to acquire specific competencies to differentiate themselves from the rest. Now, this program would appeal to those already in marketing or brand development, intended to enhance their skills in brand management. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, with that introduction being done, let us now move on with the proceedings of today's event. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, to officially welcome each and every one of you, have one of our esteemed representatives from Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. Now, he is a professor in finance at the Department of Accountancy and Finance at Sabaragama University. He's also the Vice President, Education and Research at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, and he holds a Doctor of Philosophy in Finance from the University of Colombo, MSc in Applied Finances, and a postgraduate diploma from the University of Sri Jawaharlandpura, and a BA Honours in Business from Glendale University, UK. Now, he's a member of the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing and Chartered Institute of Marketing, and a fellow member of the Chartered Management Institute and a certified management accountant as well. He has over 17 years of experience in the industry, working in several positions, and has been awarded for excellence in numerous times in numerous award ceremonies. And recently he has been accredited as a fellow chartered manager by the Chartered Institute of Management in the UK, and also considering his valuable contribution to research and academia at Emerald Publishing in the UK, they have appointed him as the brand ambassador for the South Asian region. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Vice President of Education and Research at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, Professor Devasiri N. Jayantha.
Thank you very much, Osada. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to each and every one of you, and a warm and heartfelt welcome to the open day of the highly anticipated Diploma in Strategic Brand Management, brought to you by the esteemed Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. Today, at a significant juncture, to celebrate knowledge, aspiration, and pursuit of excellence in marketing, and emphasize the profound importance of strategic brand management in our rapidly evolving business landscape. Strategic brand management, that is a kind of a tool that compasses the guides organizations through the ever-changing market dynamics, helping them build and sustain strong, distinctive, and enduring brands. So it's not merely a field of study, it is a cornerstone of success in today's competitive world. It is my distinct privilege to stand before you today and extend a gracious welcome to this momentous occasion, where we not only embark on a learning journey, but also acknowledge the pivotal role that effective brand management plays a shape in the destiny of business. In our pursuit of knowledge, we are honored to have a remarkable individual today whose insights and experience in strategic brand management are invaluable. With great respect and pleasure, I warmly welcome Mr. Nusrat Nassar, Head of Corporate Solutions and Business Development at PICME, owned by Digital Mobility Solutions Lanka Private Limited. We are truly privileged that despite his demanding schedule, Mr. Nassar has graciously accepted our invitation to be the keynote speaker today, and his willingness to share his wisdom with us on a weekend is a kind of a testament to his commitment to nurturing the future of marketing professionals and more specifically, future brand custodians. So our gratitude extends to our dedicated faculty members, including the distinguished Dr. Philip Neri, a senior lecturer attached to the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. His dedication to imparting knowledge and shaping the minds of our students is an inspiration to all of us. A special mention must also be made to our staff who have worked tirelessly to make this inauguration a reality. Let us express our heartfelt aspiration and appreciation and also welcome to Mrs. Shanti De Silva, Junior Executive, Slim Business School, Mr. Panchala Pereira, Ms. Mihirini Fonseca, along with the diligent efforts of Ms. Sachindra Vijayagunaratna, Mr. Tivanta, Mr. Tinura, Mr. Osada, and the entire marketing team. Your commitment to this event and program success is commendable. Further, I warmly welcome the heart and soul of this occasion of our esteemed learning partners today. You who have chosen to embark on this journey of knowledge and growth of enrolling in the diploma in strategic brand management hold the promise of a brighter future for yourself and the industry. So your presence here today is a kind of a testament to your dedication and thirst for excellence. Dear learning partners, today I see myself in you. Even though I am currently one of the youngest professors in Sri Lanka, specifically in finance, I started my career in sales, marketing, and branding. So I began my higher education with a diploma, a higher diploma, and a postgraduate degree in marketing in 2007. My progress during the past 20 years is a kind of a testament to my commitment, trust, teamwork, and dedication to my studies. You can take me as a live example to showcase that there are ample opportunities for marketers and also brand personalities in the future. As we gather here to celebrate the beginning of this transformative academic journey, so let us embrace the opportunities that lie ahead. Let us strive to cultivate a culture of innovation, critical thinking, and ethical leadership within the branding phenomena. So together we shall learn, evolve, and contribute to the growth of our industry. Understanding the strategic brand management is the bedrock upon which business thrive and consumers connect. Last, certainly not least, I appreciate the support rendered by the CEO, the Council, and the Executive Committee of the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing in conducting this most sought-after qualification in marketing, which produces future-ready branding professionals for the nation. Once again, a warm welcome to each and every one of you. May today's proceedings inspire and empower us to reach new heights of success and knowledge. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for welcoming our guests and, of course, our participants for today's event. So once again, thank you, sir, for joining with us for this open day. Right, so let us now move on with the guest speaker's message, ladies and gentlemen. And as the guest speaker for today, we have someone with lots of experience in this particular field, and he's ready to share his experience and, of course, his knowledge with all of us today. Now, his work experience spans over 17 years in strategic management, business decision making, operations, and marketing. Now, he has served in some leading organizations in sectors such as insurance, healthcare, and banking. Currently, he's serving as a head of corporate solutions and business development at PICME. Now, he holds a master's of business administration from the University of Colombo and a professional postgraduate diploma in marketing from Chartered Institute of Marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest for today's open day, Mr. Nusrat Nazar, Head of Corporate Solutions and Business Development at PICME Digital Mobility Solutions Lanka Private Limited.
Am I audible, Oshada?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Oshada, for the introduction as well as the warm welcome given by Professor Devasiri. Yeah, first I would like to thank the SLIM as an organization to providing this opportunity to me to address the young people who are trying to pursue their career in brand management. And I would like to say one thing for all the participants that when we were brand managers, there were no specific course that you had for a person to follow in branding, where it's the overall general marketing. But over the period of time, Slim worked really hard in building brands in Sri Lanka, as well as recognizing brands in Sri Lanka. Also, the individuals who want to pursue careers, that to take their career forward in branding as well. So without taking much time, I would warmly welcome all the participants here, and I will try to give why you should do this particular course. That if you want to pursue a career in branding, I got the information that there are people who are trying to pursue a career in branding, and people who are in different sectors who are trying to switch to branding, as well as the entrepreneurs who have their own businesses whom they want to groom and bring that brand out in Sri Lanka for the market, and get the message of the brand towards the public. So I will give you, as I said, a particular background for what this particular course can give you, and also as a brand manager, when you start your career. With my previous experience, I'll share some thoughts and the incidents that I have to go through as a brand manager, which will make you more enthusiastic on getting this course followed from you. Is my screen is visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes. Okay. So let me start with a quote, what Jeff Bezos has to say as the chairman of Amazon. Your brand is what other people says about you when you are not in the room. It's not only for a brand, even for an individual. Even individual has been defined as a brand, like when you pursue a career and you go up in your career. So ensure that your brand is what others talks about when you are not there in a room, and it's not when you are there. So that's what brand is about, and why you should pursue strategic brand management. So that gives a greater appeal and differentiation to a brand or the business or the product. So you have to be differentiated from other rest of the people for you to become a strong brand in the market, as well as you will build customer loyalty, because there are persuasions and custom perceptions towards your brand. So if you deliver the right thing, and they will start building loyalty towards your brand, and you will have retention, and that's give you much more high values in business rather than you attracting new customers. And also everyone would like to work in a big brand, like even what I'm working for Pick Me, like that's Sri Lanka's fastest growing brand. So I'm very proud of working for that brand, as well as you individuals. You also like to work for a brand that is very strong in the market, so that ensures much more employee engagement and alignment towards the brands. So the number 4 is improves perceptions about product performance, like as I said in the point number 1, where you have to take your product performance that comes out through a brand. Where if you take, let's say, Coca-Cola, right, they have built, even many of the people say, I would take a small example. In the FIFA World Cup, Cristiano Ronaldo rejected the Coca-Cola and he kept a water bottle. But still, with the Cricket World Cup, when Dasun is talking about Coca-Cola, people again shifting that towards the brand. People who appreciated what Coca-Cola should be not there, but again, the same people who are going behind that brand when Dasun Chanaka is coming and talking about the Coca-Cola in Sri Lanka. So that's the power of a brand, where that's what you build and that's what you deliver. So you as brand manager studying this, that definitely will help you at one point to build your brand to an extent like Coca-Cola or any other strong brands in the market. And also it decreases vulnerability when it's coming to certain competitive actions or macro environmental effects. Still, if you have a strong brand, that you can survive in the market without any problem. So this is why you should pursue your career in brand management, and Slim provides you the strategic brand management course for you to align yourself to become the brand manager or the brand custodian of one of the Sri Lankan or international brands in Sri Lanka. So when you talk about, this is a thing which you should definitely talk on brands, the brand equity, where the brand equity plays a role of brand awareness, brand association, brand loyalty, and perceived quality. So on brand awareness, that the moment you put a brand out, you have to ensure your customers knows about your brand, that you need to do a lot of marketing, what is your brand is about, what's your brand stand against another brand. And also a main thing that you have to think, what customer will lose if your brand is not there in the market. Let's say if anyone is addicted to an Adidas, if Adidas is not there, what you will lose. That kind of perception that you need to build among the customers for you to build a strong brand. So for that, you need to create awareness of your brand, and that's the first step. Then you have to associate, the brand association, where customers are willing to associate with the brand. If you put a Nike shoe, that you have to be proud of, is there are certain people, they they, they say they're so-called branded people. So they say that is because they associate that brand. So from brand awareness is not enough, that people should start buying your brand and associate with your brand. While associating, there are different type of brands you can get in the same category. At a one point, the customer should shift to one particular brand that becomes the brand loyalty of a person. So you need to come to that stage, and once you build the brand loyalty, the perceived quality, or the customer expect the same thing every time. So you need to ensure that you deliver the same level of expectations to the customer via your brand. So this is all about brand theoretical side, and I also like to take you through a practical side where I have gone through in my experience with the brands I dealt with. So taking number one, I worked for Selinco Life as a brand manager from 2005 to 2010. And between that period in 2008, that we had to face the parent company falls for bankruptcy. There was a financial crisis and everyone is falling apart, but still Selinco Life standard as a strong brand. They took the market leadership in 2004, and to date they are still the market leader in the life insurance market. So that shows how a strong brand can deal with a crisis situation. And also we did a lot of things. We went to the market, we went to each village, each town, and said that we are strong. And also mass media communication has been taken on to show that Selinco Life is a strong brand. And also these kids you all may be kids at that time, and you all may recall the Pranam advertisement. Like there are certain advertisements of Selinco Life that still keeps reminding on people's mind, and so that makes a strong brand. So I've been proud that I have worked for that brand, and also I've been a part of the team which won the service brand of the year, which is offered by Slim Sri Lanka in 2008 as well. And my second experience comes into Lanka hospitals, that we had to go through a brand name change, where the Apollo hospitals, I think you all may be knowing at that time, it was Apollo hospitals, and you had to shift it to a local brand, an international brand transforming into local brand. And it became Lanka hospitals, and to date, still Lanka hospitals goes as one of the leading hospitals in the market. And that's how we have built that. The localism has been brought into brand, where people's thinking was the Apollo was expensive, but Lanka Hospital showed that, yeah, no, we are not expensive. So you can come here, but you can get the same level of the service quality when you come to Lanka Hospital. So that's what we built on in this brand name change in Lanka Hospitals. So still they maintain that level, and everyone prefer to go to Lanka Hospital if it is anything required to medicine. And also that comes top of the mind of anybody in Sri Lanka. And also I was the brand custodian to launch the Lanka Hospital Diagnostic, which was in 2013. So it was a big task. It's a 750 million project, and as a marketing head of Lanka Hospital Diagnostic, I got that opportunity to launch and to make this particular brand stronger than everyone knows. If it is to laboratory, it's RCD. But we brought in different aspects into this brand, and we were talking to the consultant, because you have two type of customers when it's coming to hospital industry, where it's not on the end consumer, it's also the doctors. You need to have the right mix of doctors working for you in an hospital. So for that, you have to show that you are something different to another. Your brand is something different to another. So with our new test portfolio, which is being brought up during that period, that we brought in a thing called scientific selling. Even our sales officers being able to go and talk about very strongly with the consultants about the test, which is at a very high level, which is not a normal sales officer does. So that's how you build brands. And when you compete, and if you want to compete with giants, how you have to bring it. And also, it's a subsidiary brand, you should not overtake the parent brand. It's all these comes into matter when it's coming to taking your brand out. So this is my experience on Lanka hospitals. And moving on to Hemas hospitals, where we had to launch, we identified there's a sector, the government employees, who has a high buying power, but still they not come to the private hospital because they have an insurance scheme from the National Insurance Trust Fund. So with that, they have enough spending power, but like 1.5 million people are not using it. At that point, it's only like 100,000 people are using this service in a private hospital. So we had to go out, but we didn't have budgets. We had very smaller budgets. So we had to build a brand. So when we thought Upahara is a brand of Mobitel, but still we also went that for government servants, anything on a service, it's come on top of the mind is the Upahara. So we use that tactic, right? We are rather spending too much of time on establishing a new brand name. So you went on with Upahara by Hemas Hospital, and we got this particular message taken towards the public, and it worked really well. You can see one of the paper cuttings which there when it was unveiled, and even there were no objections came from the Mobitel, where because it's something, a market that everyone can serve. Even you all as an entrepreneurs, or even when you work for any brands, always look for not only for the private sector individuals, the public sector is also is a vast area where they have a high spending power. So you can take your brand messages to them as well. Then from there, moving on to Amana Bank. The moment you say Amana Bank, it comes to your mind, it's a Muslim bank, right? So we had to change that, because the concepts and the principles could be based on the Islamic principles, but this is a product everyone can enjoy. So we thought we have to change this brand perception. We started doing a lot of content in Sinhala. So you have to identify who's a market, and when you go to a market, how you change your brand perceptions. So we had to do like the children's carnival. Then we brought in a CSR project called Orphan Care, where this is for the orphans, and any, irrespective of the religion, the nationality, the caste, every orphan in the country can benefit out of this. So, and also with the 25th anniversary of Sri Lanka winning the World Cup in 2021, we brought in Arjuna Ranatunga and said we are a local brand, that even it's not a Muslim brand, that you have to get in towards the minds of people, saying it's open for everyone. And also we did like product videos, how it differentiates from others and how it's help for customer. So these are the things that you can do as brand managers, the wonders, because you could be a brand manager, but you are the custodian of that brand in that company. So you are becoming a brand manager. There are vast area, even a small thing goes out, your approval is required as a brand manager. So you can be proud of, those are the proud moments for a brand manager. So this is, if these all people who have joined here have, I would say, have taken the correct choice. So you can open up your mind, you can see what's happening in the market, rather working on other other categories of jobs. Better to be in marketing and branding. And finally, I'm working for PickMe. I would not like to put any other things, but I will give my LinkedIn address end of this presentation. So anyone who wants to do their assignments or anything on the projects what they do and they want to know more about with me, they can always contact me right on LinkedIn, and I will help you out to get these things sorted. So thank you very much. Thank you, Slim, again. And my LinkedIn address, I will share it in the chat on the Teams meeting, and you all can get in touch with me. And also, if it's open for question answers, it could be right after this or after the rest of the presentation. You can raise any of the questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that very detailed introduction as to how you made yourself to the position that you are at the moment. So that was Mr. Nusrat Nazar. So once again, thank you, sir, for joining with us for this open day. Right. So moving on to yes, thank you, sir. Right, so moving on with the proceedings of today's event, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we have the lecturer's message coming up, and to deliver the lecturer's message, we have one of our senior lecturers joined with us for today's open day. Now, he's the former CEO of Chandanalepa Cosmetics and the former head of marketing for Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh for Nature's Secrets, and he was awarded as the Best Sri Lankan Award winner for CIM UK. He's a certified life coach and the author of the book, The Art of Bouncing Back. And currently, he's an advisor to the Export Development Board of Sri Lanka and a senior lecturer here at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Philip Neri, senior lecturer, Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing.
Thank you very much for the lovely introduction. I'm sure I'm heard, I'm clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, I'm Dr. Philip Neri. You can just call me Philip. I'm all excited, committed, and determined to take you students through a exciting journey of practical branding. Not forgetting, obviously, on the basis or the foundation of branding theories. Moreover, more practical knowledge, practical insights, which I've gained over the time with my experience for the last 20 years or so, building local brands, merely building good local brands, taking brands towards market leadership, including the famous Sri Lankan brand Nature's Secrets, which was a very, I would say, moderate, smaller brand when I took over in 2006. But with the science and art of branding, with a very powerful team as well as a visionary leader, we was able to fight with gigantic multinationals in the scale of Unilever's, Procter & Gamble, Johnson, similar companies, but was able to build a brand which owned 50% of market shares amidst multinational giants. So this branding, sometimes when you want to build brands, people have this inferiority, or what you call in Sinhalese the avatak serua, where that you think, you know, it's hard to fight with multinationals, which is not the case, to be honest, right? So I am gonna teach you, take you through lots and lots of practical insights of brand building, because just as how building a brand is important, it is equally important to sustain a brand for a long time. The සන්නාමයක් හදනවා කියන එක ඉතාම අමාරු කාරණාවක් වගේම වෙළඳ සන්නාමයක් පවත්වගෙන යනවා කියන එක ඊටත් අමාරු කාරණාවක්. You know, most of the time that you've heard about Nokia or brands such as Kodak, you know, in common examples where that you see gigantic brands dying, but then there are many other brands that have been failed to sustain in a highly competitive marketplace. For an example, Motorola Toshiba, Polaroid, Hitachi, BlackBerry, Blockbuster, Xerox, Yahoo, Nokia, Sony, not even TV channels in the scale of National Geographic Channel. Hummer, Toys R Us, Compaq, General Motors, Concord, Macy's, Sears, JCPenney. These are gigantic, big brands. Some have even walked a powerful journey of 100 years. But then at some crucial point, they've collapsed. And this death is not a sudden death. Make a it was a slow death where the brand custodians or the brand owners fail to understand that the brands have started to decline. So in my modules, these are really interesting modules which I'm going to teach you. The first is sustaining a brand for long term. Well, the Sannamya, Dirghakalik, just like Coca-Cola, brands like Louis Vuitton, brands like Danone, brands like Levi's, and even Sri Lankan brands in the context, right? How to sustain your brand for long term. And then we'll be teaching about multi-brand portfolios, why that you should have a series of brands under one brand umbrella. Yeah? And then brands over time. Then I'll be teaching you how to revitalize or how to rejuvenate a brand when a brand is declining or a brand started to decline. And ultimately, we'll be teaching you about how to make a comprehensive brand plan, which is very important. Making a comprehensive, I've been teaching branding for the last many years, handling brands in Sri Lanka and in different countries also. But then I have just asked people, tell me what you think about branding or what brand management is. Even brand managers of multinationals will come and say, okay, we do branding, we do events, some PR activities, and I just tell them, Putha, branding is not putting some flags or some hoardings or some dealer boards or some vehicle branding or some t-shirts and some mere events. Brand management is building a brand personality, a brand which carries some personifications, just like a personality of you, just like Barack Obama, just like Vladimir Putin, just like Mahatma Gandhi, just like Princess Di. These are personalities. So behind a brand lies what you call a personality. And so we'll be learning about how to develop a strong brand personality, a personality which has a very strong soul, where people would embrace. When I took over Nature Secret, it was a very small brand. And when I introduced myself to one personality in Sri Lanka, I said, hi, I'm the head of marketing for Nature Secrets. And he just said, Janet, right? I said, no. Janet is a different brand. But then it was able to become a big personality after 6 years and had 50% of market shares, which is a very rare feat. A brand having 50% of market shares is a very rare feat. So how did I do that? How did I actually use the branding theories? How did I create a personality for this brand? And how did I create a brand personality for the brand Chandana Lepa, which was fighting with multinational Ayush and some other, brands of Unilever and some other multinational as well as local blue chip companies. So how a personality was developed, how the image was sustained would be taught to you. But I invite you, one humble request, right? This is a humble request that I do, and I just do it out of love. As most of you may know that I'm at this moment of time the most expensive trainer in Sri Lanka, training companies like Sri Lankan Airlines, Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation, LB Finance, and all these companies. But I actually take so much of passion in this diploma because I've found that this diploma is an amazing. Yes, Renuja. How may I help you? Renuja has made a concern. Okay, so the humble request I'm making is a lot of students actually come here to take the certificate of DSBM because it has, to be frank, it has a huge weight. But certificate, the cardboard piece itself, is just will just may give you the ability to get into an organization. But unless that you really put yourself in this with so much of passion and commitment to learn what's in it here, to dig into it, have an awesome experience in branding, you will not transform your thinking. Education is of no use unless that education transform your thinking, transform the way that you think about a brand and the knowledge that you had about brand management. So I invite you to come for classes every day, because I see most of the students down the line, they just skip classes because they think, they do this presentation and they've got a little bit of sufficient knowledge to write for the examination, and that's enough. Well, that won't transform your life, dear students. I'm going to be very frank with you. There's a sloka. It says, Acharyan Padang Badante. Only the Acharya, the lecturer, the mentor can do only 25% of transformation. And then it goes saying, Padang Shishyan Sumedaya, which is that you get along with your peers, that you sit with some winners, people who would think about transforming their lives. They could contribute 25% to your growth. And then it says, Padang Sabrahma Chariban. That means you've got to walk, which is in you, which is in your DNA. Keep cultivating your thinking, your vision, your sight about branding. And then finally it says, Padang Kalang Kramanecha. You've got to put yourself into this. That you sit in the class for every day, that you listen to us, that you fathom, absorb the case studies, not merely just because that you want to get a certificate. No. Beyond that. That's why the sloka says, Acharyang Padang Badante, 25% from the lecturer, Padang Shishyan Sumedaya, 25% from your peers, Padang Sabramacharibhyan, that you grow self-discipline, self-growth, self-realization, work on yourself, and then Padang Kalang Kramanecha, be in the system, go through the journey, then that you would learn. So I invite you, it's a humble request, come for classes every day. The money that you'd invest on Slim will never be wasted. I'm not going to guarantee you. You could just browse my name, talk to the industry, and see, how I and the other people would deliver. And it's a lifetime opportunity for you. It's a lifetime opportunity for you to learn from the experts, transform your thinking, and to immerse yourself in scientific branding. Scientific branding where that you could take your brand, that's your brands to the world. I've taken Chandana Lepa to 13 countries. I was heading the brand Nature Seeker for Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and some other countries. How the fierce fight in the international market, and how could you use the science or what you call the art of branding to take your brands and fight with multinational brands in a very fierce competitive marketplace. So I invite you. My time is over, just 15 minutes. I would love to talk to you in depth, but time doesn't permit. So I wish you all the very best in your journey, and I hope to see you during my classes, and I wish that you'll have a wonderful journey with the other lecturers also. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions? You could raise them.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for joining with us for this open day and for sharing all that valuable information with our participants. And yes, if you have any questions, you can ask from Dr. Philip Neri and of course from our guest speaker as well. And in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, let us now move on with the proceedings of today's event. And while thanking Dr. Philip Neri for his valuable contribution towards this open day, I would now like to invite Ms. Ishanti De Silva, the Junior Executive of Slim Business School, to present the program brief.
Good afternoon, dear students. I cordially welcome you once again on behalf of Sri Lankan Institute of Marketing. Sri Lankan Institute of Marketing is one of the pioneer institutes which helps Sri Lankan marketers to uplift their knowledge and their skills. Therefore, without hesitating, let me introduce the DSBM program. I am Ishanti De Silva, the DSBM program coordinator. The Diploma in Strategic Brand Management is designed with the intention of developing marketing and branding areas in order to be a competent brand marketer. The duration of the entire program will be 12 months and it is a part-time program. The main objective of the program is not only to provide the theoretical knowledge but also practical exposure to be a confident brand marketer. The main outline of the program includes with 4 modules, including the introduction to marketing, brand planning, strategic implication in branding, and managing brands over the time. The special content of the program is the integrated learning experience. The DSBM program is providing the opportunity to brand a given content and to launch it. The evaluation criteria for the brand launch will carry out on 4 accepts: brand launch post-evaluation, and project report submission. Then let's move to the delivery and the assessment criteria. The delivery methods including the formal lectures and the direct independent learning. Further, it will be available with the presentations, video clips, case studies, and discussions. Additionally, the program evaluation method includes with formative and summative assessment. So let's move on to discuss about the coaching sessions. The coaching sessions will be conducted on site at Slim Business School premises. The class commencement will be start from 7th October every Saturday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. The program includes with 2 examinations plus an integrated learning experience. 30% marks will be carried out from the total weightage for the examination 1 and the other 30% marks will be carried out for the examination 2. The integrated learning experience will carry out 40% marks out of the total weightage. This is the grading system. Completion of the program ends with awarding with the PG dip in SBM within a graduation ceremony. The postgraduate diploma in marketing will given with exceptions including for the discovering in the marketing essentials, exploring the consumer behavior, and driving brands for results. The below mentioned documents are required at the point of registration to the LMS portal. Further, the document uploading process in the LMS will be shared through the email. I believe you have received a registration number. It may consist with 10 digits. In somewhat, it is important in the payment, assignment submission, and results obtaining process. So as I mentioned, it is important to remember your registration number at each point. Further, I want to emphasize you to submit the correct details of your email address and the contact numbers at each point of registration. And we kindly request you to keep a close observation of your email address communication. The class links for the Saturday class will be sent on every Friday via email. The main point, contact, is the course coordinator, myself, Ishanti De Silva, and Miss Ruini from the examination division. And finally, hope you will have a successful journey within the DSBM program. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to conclude today's session, the Open Day in Diploma in Strategic Brand Management. So I would like to take this opportunity to first of all thank our guest speaker, Mr. Nusrat Nazar, for committing his time and effort on a weekend to come here and for sharing his experience, and of course Dr. Philip Neri as well for giving all that valuable information to our students, and of course Professor Devasiri and Janthi, the Vice President of Education and Research at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. So once again, thank you gentlemen for committing your time and effort to make this Open Day an extra special one. And of course, I would like to thank all the participants as well for joining with us, and we hope you had a very fruitful session with us here at Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. So ladies and gentlemen, with that, once again, we would like to conclude today's session, and have a good day. Thank you.